Hey there, today there is a third quarter moon, and the moon is at third quarter exact, just at the very end of Aquarius, 29 degrees Aquarius, with the sun at 29 degrees Taurus, the sun getting ready to head into Gemini. So a little shift in the solar vibe there, and the moon, of course, will go from 29 degrees Aquarius straight into Pisces. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Tuesday, May 20th. So the exact third quarter moon is right at 4:58 a.m. Pacific time. That's 7:58 a.m. Eastern. And the moon goes into Pisces half an hour later at 5:28 a.m. Pacific or 8:28 a.m. Eastern. So what happens right around that time is we get this alignment, this third quarter moon that is putting pressure on us to integrate. So that means we are integrating, but it also means that there is some friction or some challenge or something that is a little bit bumpy about that integration process. So that could mean it could look like having to let go of something that you are used to or attached to. There is that bumpiness that says you can't hold on to some of the ways of the past, cling to old thoughts, old beliefs, old habits and patterns. And these are fixed signs. So the moon in Aquarius, the sun in Taurus, that fixed energy, it gets attached. It really likes the comforts. And the moon in Aquarius, even though it's outside of the box, it gets attached. It gets attached to ideas. It gets attached to thinking. And so those fixed signs are there to help us keep something in place, keep it, sustain it, maintain it. That's their job. So when we have this bumpy energy related to those fixed signs or some pressure that is showing up in the fixed signs, it means we have to really look at what is working and not working in terms of how we maintain, how we sustain, how we keep things going, how we keep that inertia going once we put something in motion. So, as we think about integration with this third quarter moon and something pressuring us to become, to step into the new ways of being that lead us to that future vision, to that dream we've been talking about, wanting to see that dream come to fruition. And I had a video on Sunday all about Saturn going into Aries and joining up with Neptune. So creating a container for your dreams. And so how we do that means stepping into the future. It really means stepping into our creative thinking, our new ways of being, our ability to align with that dream, to step into who we need to be in order to create that future that we can imagine. So, this third quarter moon, which is 3/4 of the way through the moon cycle, so the moon is half full and waning or getting smaller each night, is asking us to release something, to leave something behind that is not going to best serve us on our journey into the future. So it may be something that worked in the past, right? It's something that became a habit for a reason. It's something that helped you to could have helped you keep going, right? So sometimes we have these things that we reach for that are not the most healthy for us, but they keep us going. They keep us where we need to be in our ability to show up. So, whatever habits we may have that just kind of give us that sense of comfort to keep going. The things we reach for when we feel stressed, the junk food, whatever it is that it gives us that habitual, like, okay, this gives me comfort, I'm going to reach for it. This third quarter moon is saying it's not going to work. You can't keep doing that. So there's something that needs to change, and it doesn't mean you have to throw your habits out the window. It just means you really need to look at them and ask yourself, is this really working for me? Is there something I could do differently? Can I trust myself to step forward into the future I really want? Can I trust that I will be able to keep things going and find new ways to sustain my energy, my creativity, my momentum? Find new ways of feeding and nourishing yourself so that you don't need to reach for the things that weigh you down, that drag you down, that don't necessarily give you that feeling of lightness and freedom to fly into your future. So there's something that we are letting go of, something that needs to be upgraded, updated to step into the future we want to create, upgrading our habits, our patterns, our thinking to find new ways of keeping ourselves going day to day, ways that work better, ways that are more functional. So habits and patterns that are healthier, that can still keep us going, but in more functional, more energizing, more life sustaining and life energy supporting ways. So really looking at that for yourself, asking yourself those hard questions about what needs to change in my life so that I can step into my dreams, right? It's kind of exciting, really. And then once once that third quarter moon happens, the moon shifts 30 minutes later into Pisces. So in this case, that Pisces energy can really serve us. It's that energy of flow, of water. Pisces is water. It's big water. It's like the ocean. And so trusting that bigger picture of where the flow is carrying us. So we can trust that if we make changes or if we try new things, that it's going to be okay. If we let go of some of the thinking of the past or some of the baggage of the past, that we will be cared for. We will be loved by the universe. We will be able to allow the flow to take us where we are trying to go, where we are meant to go. And so, with the Pisces energy, there's a feeling of needing to trust, of needing to allow, of going with the flow, of trusting that guiding light that is illuminating your way forward. It says, go where your heart is calling you. Follow that flow of your dreams. Follow that flow of the future you envision and imagine, and trust that however you are changing and whatever you are stepping into will ultimately, doesn't mean you won't have things to figure out, but it will ultimately take you where you need to be. So trust that. Go with the flow with the Pisces moon. Sometimes there's a little bit of emotion or grief or sadness or feeling of loss, and that is also part of the process. So when we take that truth of where grief is really showing up in our lives, or where feelings or energy are really showing up in our lives, and we trust that and we allow ourselves to move with it, dance with it, be with it, we can trust that it is doing that cleansing work that Pisces is so good at, to carry away the flotsam and jetsam of what doesn't work anymore in our lives, and to flow that dream, flow you closer to that dream, have the current carry you to that future that you envision, that is life sustaining and reinforcing your bigger purpose, the meaning of your life, which, is a feeling. You don't always know what the right words are, but there's a feeling that says yes. So follow that yes. Because where the yes is where the dream unfolds. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms. And if you are looking for support with your own process, your own guiding light, your own insight into what is unfolding for you, how to support yourself in this bigger process of stepping into new possibilities and releasing the past, astrologyheals.com is my website. I have readings and different ways of working with me. So go check it out. Thank you so much for being here and subscribing to this YouTube channel. I appreciate every like, every comment. It all supports me and keeps me going. So thank you for being here. And I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.